Hold on, honey. We are? No. I'm just fixing my bra.
We are underway.
It's okay, we're live. Sorry. Hello.
We are down here from the red light district.
Are we in the red light district?
No.
Is that where we are?
I don't know what you would call it, though. Let's see. Check, 1 2 1 2. Is that supposed to be a test, or are we actually underway?
Hello. Yes, the blue light's on. So, hello? Can you hear me?
And that's a live look at an audio check here in the broadcasting industry. Welcome,
Hello.
everybody. We are live outside the Portnoy Gallery. Our GoLive Vegas coverage is off and running from remote once again, and we are happy to be bringing you that coverage because, Raquel, just a few days ago, we were in the Arts District. Here we are just right around the corner, basically, at the Portnoy Gallery. And anytime we can bring you Las Vegas live, in the flesh, candidly, we take the opportunity to do so. And we're ready to go. We got our hot chocolate, our festive holiday cups. What do you got? She's got gingerbread. I got candy canes and a hair in her mouth. They're cat people. That's sometimes just what happens. And
no, I just have a lot of hair.
That's true too. It flows like a Mustang. But here we are. Obviously, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Mary Murphy should be joining the festivities a little bit later too.
Soon.
We'll talk to Neil. We'll get a glimpse of everything that's going on for this tremendous art show inside. Neil Portnoy, a longtime illustrator in town, does everything from caricatures to sports portraits to celebrity portraits. You have probably seen his work if you are familiar with any local art in Las Vegas, and tonight it will all be showcased in front of his friends, his close ones, and anyone who wants to come down here. So if you're watching right now and have nothing to do on this fine Tuesday, go ahead and do so. But Raquel, again, we were just in the swing of things on Friday outside of a comic book store. Here we are outside of an art gallery, and we kind of just tap into everything here on the GoLive airwaves, don't we?
I believe Little Darlings is just down there. So if you don't know where we're located,
it absolutely is.
Maybe now you do.
We were trying to think of the appropriate terminology to describe this part of town, but if basically with that, she gives you an idea. Again, we don't like to localize things too much generally on GoLive Vegas, but when we do stuff like this, we do, because this is how we bring that aspect of it to life on the media side, on the digital side. And when we could present coverage to you, when we could showcase certain things around town, that's where the Vegas and GoLive Vegas truly comes from. The studio will cover anything and everything. Raquel covers menopause. I cover sports. We cover, there's no bounds. She almost spit out her hot chocolate from that. There's no bounds in terms of what we cover, but when we like to get out here on the ground, it really allows us to tap into the local community, the local creators, the local artists. We saw that last week at First Friday in the Arts District outside of the great One of Us comic book store. So tying into pop culture, and tonight tying into art a little bit more.
And tonight we are at Portnoy Galleries, like we said, which where do we have an address, an actual physical address?
It's on Oakey and Western, the intersection of Oakey and Western. We're in the parking lot right now. The gallery is right behind us. 1537. It's a good-sized studio, has a lot of art to be showcased, all kinds of portraits. Neil's work is incredible. We're going to try to get as much of it on camera for you as we can possibly do so later tonight, and again, talk to the man himself if we can.
Stevie Dunham is going to be Portnoyed, and Patty Powers.
And
they are both going to be Portnoyed today.
And Portnoyed is when you get your look, your likeness put out there in one of his portraits. And a lot of times when people say caricature, they're thinking of something goofy or something funny, something really cartoony. This has the cartoonish look in terms of how the illustrations are done, but boy, do they look good. We have shown his work.
They're amazing.
They are fabulous, and we have shown his work on the airwaves of GoLive Vegas before. We hope to do so because, again, tonight is all about showcasing his art, and we plan to do so for our audience tuning in on any of our GoLive Vegas video platforms, the GoLive Vegas radio app, as always. Yesterday, Raquel, a very eventful day for GoLive Vegas. Of course, we had episode 3 of the Game Day Huddle with myself, Jimmy Garino, and Steve Johnson.
Yeah.
We had episode 2 the night before that with you and Lynn.
Midlife Mischief.
With Midlife Mischief. And then we had the second episode since the return of Student of the Game as well yesterday, and the debut of our new podcast today, which is Where the F is Frank. A lot of alliteration there, excuse me. But it's an awesome show that's going to cover all the avenues of pop culture. Yeah. We like to pride ourselves in, as GoLive Vegas, in a place where you could get your nerd on, where you could get your jock on, where you could get your coffee on, where you could get your midlife mischief on, anything. And, of course, with everything that Mary Murphy is doing for the network, we're so happy with what she's doing with the Absurdist podcast. Again, she'll be a long part of the coverage later. Yeah. So a big week that kind of all got kick-started, I guess you could say. That kind of really got tipped off with First Friday, but we're rolling all the way through Tuesday here.
We are. And I think in a little while after we're going to go to a commercial, and in a little while, not commercial yet, but in a little while we're going to go inside because I believe Patty Powers.
Yeah, I was gonna say this whole time.
Was the point in the wrong direction?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's the production work that we're dealing with right now. But
this
it's okay.
is
He was
live.
easily
Welcome to live.
He was easily distracted. Exactly. This is live
This is how
entertainment
this
for you.
works.
That's why we're not just a podcast network. We're a full blown live streaming network.
So,
But we'll roll with it because again,
Oh, it's funny.
if they
Somebody's gotta mention
if they have audio, oh yeah, no, oh yeah, no,
is this still on?
it. We're still on, we're still
Okay.
but you can show that.
yeah. But this is Raquel. Go ahead and explain. We got here.
Who is
I,
that?
I don't even know. I don't have context. Okay, this
That's
is
Steve
Steve Dunham.
Dunham.
This is
Okay.
one of the people who will be Portnoy here later today as a part of the art show that's going down right now here 7 p.m. Pacific time from really right around the corner of the Arts District. We are here just right on the intersection of Western and Raquel. Again, like mugs, posters, T-shirts,
Christmas
anything.
tree decorations.
Yes, it's
I believe they have a whole
ornaments. They have all
section.
kinds of things you could be Portnoyed on. And again, so if you want to check it out in person, come down here to Western and Oakey or follow our coverage along right here on our airwaves. That now that we have coverage back on us, we're the ones who run the place here. You know,
And
even though
we-
Aaron is the one who keeps the lights on, I guess.
And we will be
Literally.
going inside in a little while to show you the wall of Portnoy, of all the people who've been Portnoyed, including Aaron. Aaron has been Portnoyed. I haven't. Have you?
I have not.
No.
I was actually
See?
thinking about. It's an elite club, an exclusive club. I'm
It
not a
is. I
part
think
of,
it's the goal of the locals here.
Look who's here.
Hello. Look, it's
Am I
Barbara
interrupting
Brighton.
an
No, we're live.
You're live?
Yes, we're live.
And they're
this is
thrilled
Barbara
to
Brighton.
see you.
Look
We've
who's
been lost for
here.
the last
Yeah,
hour.
it's lo-
I know.
That's Vegas for you on a Tuesday
How
during the
are you?
holiday season, right?
Don't let me interrupt you.
Oh, by all means.
I have to pet your coat.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's part of the fun that's
You got to do the limbo in order to get in, though.
and that's part of the fun we have here as we're broadcasting
up.
live
There you go.
from the Portnoy Gallery here in the parking lot. You're going to see close ones. You're going to see friends. You're going to see associates, acquaintances all throughout the night.
Someone's coming in on a wheelchair, so I think they're going to have to go the long way around.
Well,
'Cause they won't be. Although I'd like to get over that.
Those are the
little
logistics
hump
of it.
there.
Hello. We're just live.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Hello. How are you?
Just go
Straight
the
in
door,
there, under the tape, and in the door. There you go. Limbo. See
yeah?
that?
We're still live, guys. We're still
What?
live.
Yeah, oh yeah, well,
Little bit of entertainment for when you
Yes.
go in the door.
yes.
I was saying we're gonna go in a little while and show you the wall. I believe there's like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 different full walls of people who have been Portnoyed, and we'll show you some of the really famous people that have been Portnoyed and some of the people that are just average
Joes, because that's-
well, they're not average Joes because you have to be. I don't
That is true.
know
You
what
have to.
the criteria
There is a criteria.
is.
That's a good point.
And we should ask Neil.
There's no luck of the
exactly
draw here.
What the criteria is in order for you to become
Yes.
Portnoyed? I think there is. He may have a list. It could just be people he likes.
And we
Although
definitely
Aaron was Portnoyed, so maybe that's not true.
and we will definitely love to pick Neil's brain later in the evening because those are the type of insights that only he can provide as we are here outside of his gallery in what is an awesome studio. And that's a good point because there is a criteria. There's a term for it. If you are being Portnoyed, it has to be a distinguished honor. It's not something just
Yeah.
anyone gets a luck of the draw. You
No.
may be an average Joe in your everyday walk of life, but you did
Yes.
something special to earn that. And that's what's cool here tonight because we see 2 more people who have earned it. We hope to talk to them as well. We'll tell their story. But Neil Portnoy has always told the story of Las Vegas culture through his art. And with studios like this, on nights like this, we get to celebrate that body of work.
And his artwork is amazing.
It really is.
And we have a new collection to take a look at, which is the collection that he did for a wildlife series. Absolutely amazing. Again, if you are looking for a gift for someone for Christmas, for their birthday, for Hanukkah, for just about any occasion, an anniversary, this is a good place to actually look because artwork, as you know, never depreciates in
Absolutely.
value.
And
it
that's-
holds its value or it appreciates.
And that's why I wanted to ask you, because you're big on sentimental gifts, both receiving
Yes.
them, but more so even giving them. A lot of people are. And as we get older, those are the type of gifts we get more excited for. It's easy to say, You know,
I think he just called me old again. That's
oh
twice.
my
That's
God.
twice.
I'm calling myself
I'm calling
old.
it. That's 2
I'm
times
calling
so
myself old. If you're just caught, if you catch a stray, that's on you. Sorry. But
far. At
last
least
time,
I'm not a
oh,
hoe.
like Mary, yeah. But but when you look at Vegas, obviously we've always liked to stand out. Our art is no exception, and you love sentimental gifts. You love giving them. You love receiving them. And
Yep.
you know, as we mature, is that better? As we mature, we tend to appreciate
Okay.
that stuff more.
Yes.
What is it about the holidays that you think art makes as good of a gift as anything else because of the sentimentality of it?
You can make it personal, and I know that Neil does that. You can bring in a photo. He does everything from photos. So if you have a pet, for example, if you have a pet that maybe has passed away, or one that is living and you absolutely adore it, you bring in a photo, and he can recreate your pet onto a canvas, and you can have it up on your wall for the rest of your life, and you can have them hanging around your house, and you can see them all the time. And I've seen some of the ones he's done, and they have been amazing.
And it's always like a pleasant reminder, really, of both when you got it, why you got it,
Yes.
how you got it, and then just the fact you do have it. Because a lot of times it may be something that more has more of a novelty appeal. Sometimes it's something that has more of like a particular niche appeal that you may have a
Yep.
certain interest, right? But something like this with the art that Neil does, particularly his portraits, that gives you an opportunity to do something really specific, but also something that is so unique, because there's a lot of different artwork that could be done, but when you have a portrait that looks so much like you,
Look
it
who's
adds
here!
to it. And there he is,
Look who's here!
the reason we're all
Yeah,
here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I will move.
Yes.
So that Neil can sit down.
Neil Portnoy,
Sorry,
longtime
sorry,
friend to
sorry.
GoLive Vegas, and the reason we are all here. Hello, sir. International.
What's this one? It's the microphone.
Yeah.
Just give me a magic marker. I'm more comfortable than this.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
How you doing? Long
Good,
time.
buddy. Yeah, exactly. Me and Neil have done a lot of stuff on these very airwaves, and the best thing about Neil is that he can talk to you about anything, and we don't want to go off the rails too much because he has an opinion on just about everything, much like myself. But we are here to honor his art tonight, the illustrator to the stars. And Neil, I have to ask you, tonight, being able to showcase your work, you've done this for a long time.
54 years now professionally. Yeah, well, listen, don't let the baldness fool you. I'm a lot older than you think.
So I have to ask you, on nights like tonight, what goes through your mind? What goes through your heart? Like, is it reflective? Is it, is it personal to you? Are you just more so caught up in the production of it all to make sure it goes off smoothly?
Well,
How
listen,
is it?
we do this once a month. It's called Wine, Art, and Music, WHAM. And Dorothy, my wife, came up with the idea that, listen, we're doing the events. This is our third year, and we're already booked in 2025. Every month we've got a new entertainer. It's live music. There are no tracks. It's one of the stipulations. But we honor the Portnoy celebrities that I've done, and we induct them onto the now world-famous Portnoy Wall of Honor. There are roughly over 300 images on the wall. In fact, Mr. Aaron Elkis is on the wall in there, and if he doesn't get his Rierensky, that's Polish, in there, where he's coming off the wall. No, I'm only kidding. I'm kidding.
What's the criteria? I want to know what the criteria is.
You've got to be recognized as someone who gives back to people in the city. Be a performer and entertainer. A lot of times I'll surprise people and get them Portnoyed by putting it on social media. And in order to get on the wall, if you support Portnoy Gallery and promote it like a lot of people do, you might just get surprised someday.
And then when did becoming Portnoy became really a thing for your art? Because obviously you've been doing this for a long time, for over 5 decades. When did this kind of become a way for you to carve your niche?
Well, listen, we moved to Vegas 9 years ago. We knew one person, a high school classmate. And in 9 years, my name has now become a verb. Have you been Portnoy? I'm an arts commissioner, City of Las Vegas. I'm also the co-host of Vegas Live Entertainment Radio and a co-host for Renee's Las Vegas Legends, which is a variety show we have every month. Listen, I'm a seed planter. You plant seeds. The more some grow, some don't.
Right.
You got to water them. You got to fertilize them. You got to always have business cards on you. You got to go to social events. As Raquel looked at Aaron when I mentioned I didn't corner my eye peripheral vision. But the most exciting for me thing all year was I got to throw the first pitch out at the Aviators game this
Okay.
year. And I went to the ballpark, a week before, to 60 feet, 6 inches, and went, I used to do this for a living. That's
Right.
far.
Right.
But I threw a perfect strike with movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm done. You know, it's like the pen drop, the mic drop.
Absolutely.
I drop the ball, I'm done.
Walk
I'm
off
outta
the
here.
hill,
Right,
you're
right.
good to go. And I love that you bring that up because, all right, here on GoLive Vegas, I've hosted shows with Neil before at multiple conventions in the GoLive Vegas studio. And whether we talk about it on air or off air, it always ventures into sports. Big baseball guy, sports fan to his core. I have to ask you, because even before walking into your gallery on the outside the studio, you see some of your work here with Mahomes, Brady from the Super Bowl a few years ago. You see numerous athletes. How much to you, with the growing sports culture and being a sports fan, how much does that affect your art? Whether it be
Well, here's how I explain it,
yeah.
and it's a very good question. I explain it this way. I've taken that 15-foot jumper from the corner.
Right.
Mine may not have gone in, but I know what it looks like.
Yes.
So that's the analogy. I played the games. I was a former athlete, 50 years ago. I had total knee replacement 1 year ago. Someone said, you're going to get back in the game. I said, yeah, if they move the mound up to Little League distance. Because 60 feet, 6 inches, I mean,
It
was
grows
far.
on you,
Oh,
too.
man, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. But I still stay very active in the sports field. I have a lot of friends who are professional athletes, so I stay in touch with them. I coach college baseball 15 years.
Really?
4 of my former players are in the big leagues. Now, when they call me, they don't go, hey, Neil, how you doing? It's coach. How you doing? Because once you're a coach, you're always a coach.
Always
a coach.
Absolutely. And there's people I've even co-hosted shows, my sports talk shows with, that I have that same type of respect to, and hold that same type of, just acknowledgement and just revere them in the same type of way. Because as you said, once you're a coach, you're always a coach. And as an athlete, once someone is your coach, they never really leave that frame of mind within you, as that they will always be an educator. They'll always be a
It's
role
amazing.
model. It's a mentor.
I'll get calls from former guys that were pitchers on my team.
Yeah.
And I was a pitching coach, of course. And they're family people now, and they've got kids, and they'll send me a video. My son's 14, coach, can you tweak him a little bit?
Right.
And I'm still doing it. So, I'm still involved in the game.
It never really leaves you, and you never really leave that world. One question before, we're going to show you some of the art inside, everyone watching. We can't wait to do that. And Neil's going to be a busy guy throughout the night, but let me just ask you one more question
Sure.
here. On a night like tonight, when it's kind of reflecting your work, do you ever get a little emotional? I know you have to be busy as far as, are you used to it at this point?
Listen, it's what I do.
Right.
It's someone said to me, you knew Ted Williams,
Right.
you knew Jack Nicklaus, you knew Sinatra. I said, no, they knew me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's any different. We're all the same people. We get up in the morning, put our pants on the same way. It's what I do for a living. It's what they do for a living. Treat everyone the exact same, no matter where they came from, what they are.
It's a collaboration. It's networking, and that's what Vegas is all about. Neil, at this point, knows what it's all about. He brings that East Coast influence, that sports fandom, and that pure passion that you could only get here with his work. We're going to have people being Portnoy tonight, and we're going to show you some of that work in the Portnoy Gallery. Plenty more coverage to come here on GoLive Vegas.
I'm out.